Hi, my name is Mary and I also go by the Healing Cave Lady, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. Today I'm talking about something that's slightly uncomfortable. Actually, it's very uncomfortable, especially if you've had it. It goes by Montezuma's Revenge. The runs, the splats, probably a few other names, but it's basically diarrhea, loose stool, uncomfortable, cramping, awful. This is part of the series, What Would the Cave Lady Do? What does the Cave Lady do for diarrhea? And what I would do, and having certain products in your arsenal, just in case it ever happens. You're still here. It happens to you once in a while, or your kids. I know it's horrible. It's like the worst thing ever. Click the thumbs up button right away if you want more videos like this, and also turn on your notifications, the little bell sign below, because for some reason YouTube doesn't send out notifications even when people are subscribed to channels. It's below for the next What Would the Cave Lady Do video. These videos are just, I feel like, so important, so you have arsenals on hand in case anything ever happens, you know what to do in case they have diarrhea. So I'm going to talk about two different types. So I'm going to talk about the acute diarrhea that comes on out of nowhere, cramping like crazy, you can't leave the house, and then I'm talking about kind of like the longer term diarrhea, you're cramping and all that stuff. These are just natural remedies to help get it under control. So talk to your practitioner before adding any herbal remedies or anything like that to deal with your diarrhea. Okay, so we got that out of the way. So we're gonna start with the acute diarrhea. This is the diarrhea that you're like, I know is food poisoning. I know I went to that salad bar and then all of a sudden I am just so sick and it's coming out like crazy and I'm in so much pain and I can't leave the house. It's awful. Diarrhea in general usually is gut dysbiosis to an extreme degree. Balance in bacteria and bugs in your digestive tract. The acute form, which is Giardia, E. coli, Salmonella. I mean, we come in contact with this stuff all the time, but other times we get hit. That's why some people get it, some people don't, or everybody gets it. You just never know. My favorite remedy, it works so good. It's a couple ingredients, and it's things that a lot of times you have on hand at home, and I make a tea out of it. So, part, which is bentonite clay. Bentonite clay can suck up, 1,000 times its weight in toxins or something like that. Diarrhea is caused from is, bacteria, parasite, whatever it is, dying off at a rapid rate. It sets off all of that, those toxins that your body just wants to get out quickly, so you end up with the diarrhea. It absorbs up those toxins, so it can stop the diarrhea very rapidly, but it also naturally kills those types of bacteria and parasites. So it's kind of like a dual folds ingredient, and it works amazing. Like, you would just your mind would be blown. And a lot of people don't know about this kind of clay that's like in Pepto-Bismol. I feel like this clay works better. Have, red dye and all that other crazy stuff in it. So the second thing would be ginger. Ginger is just so soothing. It's anti-inflammatory. So what I do is I take an inch chunk of ginger. I take 2 tablespoons of raw honey. I get mine from Tropical Traditions because it's organic and amazing. And I take a little lemon juice. It's more for flavor than anything because you're making kind of like a spicy lemonade is what you're doing. So you take ½ gallon of water, so hot water, preferably not boiling but hot. You put it in a blender, and then you add your chunk of ginger. I don't peel it, I don't grate it, I don't do any of that. All I do is scrub it off. So just scrub off make sure there's no mold or anything on it. I always make sure I grab fresh pieces of ginger that don't have any mold. Or 1 tablespoon of bentonite clay, 2 tablespoons of your raw honey, and about 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and you blend. You strain that mixture, and that is your tea. So I just run it through, a big fine mesh strainer. I don't need a special tea thing for that, and I put it in a ½ gallon mason jar, and I just drink it over the course of the day. I drink as much as I can. I don't eat a lot of food because I don't want to feed whatever is in there and whatever I'm dealing with, so I just stick to the drink. The honey has the antibacterial, antimicrobial properties as well as the bentonite clay. The lemon juice serves as a little bit just kind of alkalinizing, and the ginger is very soothing. I'm telling you, this drink is a miracle. I've given it to people and it stopped their diarrhea within an hour. So great, but I say keep drinking it because sometimes that stuff lasts in your body for a while, and sometimes even after you get over the 24-hour flu from, food poisoning, you have effects that are longer lingering. So it's good to do this for, a day or two, up to 3 days. That acute diarrhea, cramping, pain. Oh my gosh, like it's a lifesaver. The one thing that you need to know is a lot of times after you have the diarrhea, you suffer from the severe constipation. That's gonna happen because they're like, I have diarrhea and I'm dying, everything's shooting out of me. But a lot of times right afterwards you get constipated. So it's a really good idea to have some magnesium on hand. I talk about Natural Calm in all of my videos, but it's really great to have Natural Calm on hand because if that does start to come on, well, teaspoons before you go to bed, and then you'll feel regular so much faster. Also clay and charcoal products suck a lot of your minerals out of your body, so it's good to have those minerals and be putting those minerals back in. So that's for the acute. We're moving on to somebody that might have more of the chronic diarrhea. It's like, it's not always like major cramping and stuff like that, but it's loose stools all the time. There could be a lot of gas involved with it, and usually, like I said, diarrhea is caused by gut dysbiosis. There's either too much bacteria, too much creepy critters, and I'm gonna say it's really gross, parasites. You just do a cleanse once in a while. It doesn't have to be complicated. It's just a quick intestinal cleanse. Let's get into that chronic type of diarrhea. I like this 10-day cleanse, intestinal cleanse from Enzymedica. The reason I love it is the main ingredient's 97% berberine, which comes from barberry seeds. It's very, very antibacterial, antiparasitic. It also is just a really good gut balancer. It's gonna wipe stuff out. So then you also have oregano, wormwood, and cinnamon bark. So you have like, go at pretty much a full spectrum of bacterias, parasites, and things like that. So the thing that's so important to know is when parasites die off, they're gonna send off like 100 times the amount of toxins than when they were alive. So you're gonna suffer from flu-like symptoms, you're gonna suffer from even more diarrhea possibly. So the great thing you can do to combat it is never do this alone. Never ever do an intestinal cleanse alone. Do either the charcoal, or charcoal and clay. Some people respond better to charcoal than clay, or some people need both to suck it up. But I always say, if you're gonna be doing the intestinal cleanse, it's 3 pills a day. So if you're doing that, do 2 pills a day of charcoal. So you can take the charcoal out. It says take 1 capsule 2 times a day with a glass of water in between meals is the best way to do it. Enzymedica one, this is not sponsored by the way. This Enzymedica one is charcoal from coconut shells, and it also has a ginger extract in it, so it has a soothing component to it. I really love their products. There's charcoal that's cheaper out there on the market, but I just really love this product. You can also do that drink as well and be doing that. For a 10-day period of time, you really don't want to be consuming charcoal and clay for super long periods of time because they're going to rob your body of their natural minerals. 10-day period is totally fine. I would just highly, highly suggest supplementing some minerals. So easy minerals to have on hand. I already showed you one, which was the Natural Calm. The other one, which is totally superb, is concentrace. So these are trace minerals. So not only are you getting like magnesium, chloride, sodium, potassium, sulfite, lithium, and boron, but you're getting calcium, silicone, selenium, phosphorus, iodine, chromium, manganese, iron, copper, molybdenum, zinc. You're getting tons of other trace minerals that the clay and the charcoal are going to be absorbing, and your body's going to need for a reset. So, and all you have to do with this is really simple. It's a couple drops, literally drops. You don't want to go crazy on minerals either. So just a couple drops in your water throughout the day. So if you're filling, big bottles of water, you can put a couple drops in there and drink it throughout the day. It doesn't have to be something you're thinking about all the time. But I highly suggest if you're doing this kind of plan, especially for that chronic diarrhea, that you're replacing those minerals. It's really important. You just want to feel balanced in the end. You don't want to feel just depleted, and lack of minerals will be lack of energy and things like that. So they're really, really important to have those trace minerals for the cells in the body. When you move things out, it's almost like putting out new soil. You have all this fresh soil, and you don't want to come in contact with strep or something right after that and it just go crazy like it's like weeds planting. So you want to do some seeding. At seed, you also do some peat moss or something to protect it, or put some plant food in it to get those seeds to grow. So that's what's likened to your intestinal tract afterwards. So my favorite thing to do is replant is get really good bacteria, stuff that lives through stomach acid, like the HMF Multi Strain powder. So I like this one. Here, do this. HMF Multi Strain, it's from Genestra. It's bacteria that lives through the stomach acid that they've done in powder form, which I love powder form probiotics. And this one is, I believe it's a 17 strain powder. So the regular HMF powder is only 4, and this one is 17 strains, which is awesome. So you're getting a lot more bacteria, including the most popular lactobacilli bacteria that take up the most amount of room. So you're getting all of those. And the other thing I suggest you add is a prebiotic. So a prebiotic is a fiber that's insoluble, that doesn't break down, and what it does is it kind of floats in your intestinal tract and it feeds good bacteria. I mean, so it's basically like that food that, you know, that you put on the soil with the grass to make it grow and to make it like cover everything. I don't know if you've ever done seeding before. Favorite out of all the brands I've ever found, because I don't like psyllium because it's very, very, very bulky. It's very, very big. Inflamed intestines, sometimes it can be really rough on them. And I found this one because I love acacia fiber. It's one of my favorite prebiotics. It's not gritty, and it has organic acacia fiber, organic orange peel, organic apple peel, and organic cranberry seed. So those are the insoluble fibers that feed all of the good bacteria in the gut. So those are things that like you want to do down the road if you have that chronic or acute. I mean, I think these are good for everybody, but I wanted to make this video so that people can have something on hand right away. You know, it's like, it's really easy to keep ginger in the fridge. A bottle of clay, this clay can stay in the fridge for like a year. I mean, it's a liquid clay. It can stay in the fridge for a year. It lasts forever. Mine has been in the fridge for over a year. And then I also wanted to tell you what you could do to kind of just rebuild that gut lining and to have some good bacteria restored in the area. I'm going to be very, very into the comments below. So if you want the what should the cave lady do videos, please post them before and comment, vote on if you look in the comment sections, you see somebody else's idea that you like, say, oh yes, I like this idea, go with this one. And if there's anything else that you want added to it, let me know, because I'm going to be all over the comments, because I want to make these videos so that literally when people ask me a question, I can just send them the video. So I always go based on what I get the most questions for. So mostly this is my clients, but I want you guys to be involved in all of this too. So please put those below, and I'll try to keep these videos as short as possible. I always really want to cover easy to understand, but also educate why you're doing what you're doing. So education is big for me at least. Make sure you subscribe, comment, give me a thumbs up, and put the alerts on so that you're getting every video that comes out. Have a wonderful day. Stay healthy. Bye.